Yo, what's going on, buddy? It's Fire here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a money play here out of the Gun Y off trio week. The play we're going to be going over is going to be the Saints out. Now, this is probably one of the more popular plays out of this great Y trio off trio formation, and one thing to be mentioned is that this is in the Saints playbook. This is the only playbook that has this play, as you guys can tell by the name, Saints outs. Now, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and head into a package here. First, what I'm going to go ahead and do is put my running back at fullback. You guys will see why in a second here, but I'm just going to go ahead and head to fullback right here. I'm going to put James White actually there at my fullback slot because we have Sony Michel at the starter. James White is going to be a great pass-catching running back, which is why he's going to fit our fullback slot very greatly right there. So I'm just going to head into our Y off trio week. I'm going to flick my right stick until I get to the regular package. That is going to put James White at tight end. You guys see now he is in at our tight end slot. Technically he's in the fullback, but it's basically how you get a running back right there. It's just going to be a lot faster. He's going to be more of a threat than maybe a slow tight end, Benjamin Watson. But like I said, there's not really anything else you can do as far as this is concerned. Once you head into the regular package, though, you're going to have to put a receiver right there to sub him out. So I'm just going to click that twice, and then we're going to go ahead and be able to get Philip Dorsett right there. And just like that, we are perfectly good to go head into our play. Since I'm on the right hash mark right now, I'm going to be running my trio to this left-hand side. I'm also going to put Edelman over to that strong side right there. And I'll just move Sanu back over here. So we got all of our personnel subs just going to come out in the play, and I'll go and stay random zone coverage right here. So I know there's a little bit of a mouthful right there, but just a couple of basic things that you can run for the play. Now I'm going to go over a couple of different ways to run the play, a couple of different setups, as well as my progressions and how I'm going to be running the play. So first, I'm just going to go ahead and take a sack right here with Brady because I don't want the X factor, so because it's kind of annoying, just those flashing sort of lights that go on above the read. So we've done that. Now, the first thing I want to highlight is this right-hand side here with Sony Michel and Edelman. I'm not just going to completely ignore this left side and focus on the right side here. So what I like about this side is that you have this out route and then this sort of table route. I like the table route with Michel now because it's just a easy check down to hit, and it's not really going to stop at the sideline, maybe make me throw it out of bounds. So you guys see right there, I did motion Edelman inside a couple of steps. This is just going to open up the out route a little bit more, make it an easier pass to both read if it's open and able to hit all together. It's just going to make the high-low read here a little bit simple. So I'm just not going to focus on any of these routes on the left first. I'm just going to look on the right here. We have our best route runner in Edelman, and you guys see as I actually do get the completion. That was a terrible read, so excuse me on that one, but we actually ended up getting the completion that I should have hit the flats there. But once again, just creating a simple read. You're reading the zone. I see he's in coverage. I'm going to dump it down to Michel, and I pick up about 8 yards right there, just taking the table route. Something to be noted out of this formation and this play altogether is that you're going to take the flats because it's just going to open up those out routes a little bit later. Here you guys see they play underneath. I'm able to hit Edelman. Look how much separation there is. The only thing that would be able to defend that really is a user, and this is just a very difficult combination to defend. You can pretty much run this out of any set, just doesn't have to be the Saints outs, but altogether you can have success here. Once again, even though I'm throwing it a little bit later, I'm still able to pick up 5+ yards right there. I could have even taken the 5 right there. What I like to do when throwing to the flats right there is just going to be to stiff arm, because it's going to be difficult to juke out, especially when they gang tackle on you. Just stiff arm, you're going to end up usually more times than not pushing him out of the place. You guys see again, I get Edelman open. Throwing it to the outside though, something unfortunate. It's very difficult to rat catch. If you do rat catch, you might be able to crank a spin move to the inside, but it's better. What I like to do is just possession catch. Here you guys see man coverage. Looks like about a match coverage right there. These out routes are going to destroy man coverage. That just makes it 10 times more difficult to defend. You can't just man up this corner on the right side on him. So one last time here, just motioning Edelman in, and just going to go ahead and snap the ball right there. Flats are open. I could take it. Should have hit Edelman there. That was a bad, too early read. If you are against pressure, though, you can't hit those guys early. So we got that covered. Now I'm going to focus on this high-low read over here on the left side. Now it's just going to be very simple. You guys see nobody's over there. You're going to take James White. Now the great thing about this flat route that our tight end is on is that he's never going to stop. He's going to keep, even though it's a slower sort of flat route, he's going to keep going until he gets to the sideline. Gives us a lot more time to make our high-low read. We don't have to snap throw it as the flat routes that stop. Here you guys see X wide open, and we're able to just make a possession catch on the sideline right there with Mohamed Sanu. So it's pretty much just reading it. I am always looking for the out route first because it's just going to pick up more yards. So once again here, able to pass lead that to the left. He actually got an animation, surprisingly, but in that sense, I wouldn't have really hit either of those guys. I would have looked to the other side, but just a very simple route. You're just reading the combo. You see him over the top. Just going to dump it down to James White. And you guys see, I'm not cranking off any big plays right now as far as dumping it down to the flats is concerned, but I'm picking up a great gain of 5-6 yards every time. And you will take that, especially in these 1st and 10 situations. You set yourself up for 2nd and short, 3rd and short. Again, I'm able to, actually that wasn't able to complete it. So I mean, Sanu is a low overall receiver, but this I definitely kind of prefer motioning this Edelman out route if you're gonna hit one, but I like hitting this flat route right here on the left side. So you guys see, you can just come out here, run it stock. Obviously, you have this post route with Dorsett. What I like to do is usually low ball on break. Here we have 2 user zones, so it's kind of difficult to see if he's going to get open or not. But usually the move is low balling, especially throwing into the middle of the field like that. You don't want to risk getting hit sticked, the ball popping up and it getting intercepted, or you just dropping it all together. So you guys see as I throw an interception, that was definitely my fault right there. But I was just trying to force the route, but there's almost always somebody open here. I'm going to head into some of the setups though. The first one being, what I like to do is just a pretty basic setup. I'm going to motion B in. I'm going to make it look like I'm running the other route, but I'm also going to block Sony Michel for the extra protection, get 6-man. He might start sending heat if he sees you sending 5 guys on routes every single play. So what I like to do is just put B on a curl. It just creates a little bit of a spacing concept. If I see him open, I can easily just lowball that. As you guys see, he was wide open. Looked like we might have had X open on that left side as well, but just a very simple concept. Motion him in. Maybe he thinks you're going to the out route, and then just block Y and put him on a curl route right there. We still keep the same exact concept. RB was wide open right there, but the only problem is that if he does, like, let's say double flats on the left, he's using that post route, and then maybe has a zone right there for Edelman, then you're pretty much going to be bagged. But that's where our next setup comes in. This is just a basic setup. You guys see RB is just completely open off the break. We might have X open as well. So one last time, you're just going to block Y, motion Edelman in, put him on a little curl route right there, and you guys see I had X and RB open. I'm just going to take RB, the guaranteed yards, and you guys see I'm lowballing every time. I could just be bulleting, but those suction hit sticks are a real thing, so I'm not going to risk that. That's going to take us to our next setup. This is my favorite setup of the video, believe it or not. It's going to be just a simple little concept. What I'm going to do is just, first I'm going to block Y, and then what I'm going to do with B is just put him on a drag right here. Now this is going to create a problem for the user because his users, he might be guarding this post route every single time. He's seen you throw it. You've dotted him up before. Let's say you've hit it two times during the game. He's going to know about it, especially you coming out in this trio. So we put Edelman on a drag. We have a high-low read. If his user defends the post route, we hit Edelman. If his user defends the drag, or the drag, we're going to hit Dorsett. So it's kind of hard to show in practice mode. I don't have a user. I can't use 2 controllers at the same time, but it's going to be a pretty simple concept. You want to hit it kind of early. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you don't have anything open. And you guys see I actually could have hit either of them right there. So more times than not, they might bite down on that drag, then leave. Then you're just going to throw the drag a little bit late and end up picking him. I see a ton of zones in the middle of the field right there. I'm just going to take my drag. I could have hit the flats as well, and we basically have 2 high-low reads on the field, which makes this play so dangerous. I can just hit A, or I can hit B, or the RB button, or I could hit A and X. I'm pretty sure all 4 routes were open right there. Believe it or not, you could have hit any of them, but this setup is just so deadly. I've seen pro players run this kind of setup out of the Saints outs, and oh shoot, I accidentally hit that spin move with Brady. The only problem is that RB is going to get bumped a little. You guys probably have seen him getting bumped here. I'm trying to hit him. Here again, I'm able to hit Dorsett on the low ball. Maybe he's using that drag immediately. He's using that left of screen linebacker. We can hit him one last time here, block Y, and just put B on a drag. Not to mention, can obviously dump it down to our flats, dump it down to our out route on that left-hand side right there. So that's going to take us to our last setup of the video here. It's just going to be a pretty simple concept. What I like to do is just put X on a curl. I'm going to block Y, and then I'm just going to put B on an in route. I have two more setups. Sorry about that, but this is just going to be a basic concept. We're just trying to focus this around the flats. It's going to open up the flats a little bit more. It's just going to be a different combination rather than the out route every time. You're going to give your opponent a different look. You always want to give him different looks. As I get sacked, I was trying to hit A right there. He did open up late, but you guys see that flat zone. Instead of biting down on the route by James White, he's going to end up picking up on Sanu. It's just going to open up a little bit more. You guys see he has a lot more space to go, and I end up picking 10 yards on that drag or that flat route. So something simple right there, but this is going to be the last setup of the video. What I'm going to do here is just going to open up this post route late. Now he's pretty much turning into a crossing route late, especially running on the short side of the field. You don't need as much protection. It is a quick breaking route. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just put B on a streak. You can actually max protect out of this set. And then I'm just going to put X on a drag. Now what you can do, you can put A on a curl, something like this, have success. I mean, I only have 3 rushers, so I might as well. And then I'm just going to motion Sanu in a couple of steps on that drag route, make him aligned with our corner or our post route. He actually did stop for whatever reason there. I think that was the cause of the curl route. Usually he wasn't doing that, so I'm just going to, as we're in a quarters 3 deep, that's not a real defense. I'm just going to run the ball right here, but I guess that curl route probably is what did cause that. So you might just want to max protect, streak B and drag X, something like this. Motion Sanu in a couple of steps. You don't have to, but it can be helpful. As I'm going to hit Sanu. Nope, I'm going to get sacked. So it's kind of difficult to tell if he's going to get open, which is the only knack. I don't really prefer running it this way, but you can have success occasionally catching him off guard with a sort of concept like this. Once again, they drop like 7 people in coverage. RB gets open late, and thankfully we get the ball off there with Brady, although we were under pressure. So you guys see it's better to block 7. I'm getting pressured with 3 men rushing, blocking 7. So I was having a little bit success labbing this earlier than I am right now, but take it how you want it. You can still have success. As you guys see, he gets bumped, and I accidentally throw off my back foot. So you guys can pretty much take that as you want it. You can definitely mix it up, though. Something that I have done before is I just block Y, I block A, I might motion Michelle out, I can put him on a slant route, B on a streak, and X on this drag, something like this, just a little bit spread out. We can make our quick reads, have Y wide open on this low ball. So that's going to go ahead and do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, and leave some suggestions down below in the comment section on videos you would like to see in the future. And peace. I'm out of here.